Watershed sounds really 70s and psychedelic. How do you explain these states for this period?
Do you mean psychedelic?
Psychedelic sound?
Yeah. Well, something I've been listening to, I guess, for some time. I got really into it during the writing of this album because I discovered the Zombies album I hadn't heard before. Do you know the Zombies?
No. Zombies? No.
Time of the Season.
No.
Do do do. Do do. Yeah, it's a good song.
I'm too young, maybe.
Oh, I'm young. I'm young. It's their second album and last album. I found it, and I always liked the Beatles, and especially their psychedelic period, like Revolver, Sgt. Pepper, and White Album, I guess. And this one it was just as smart as a good Beatles album, you know. But they're not nearly as known. So I stumbled upon it and I just fell in love with it. And I was listening to it for a couple of months every day. And I was just inspired by how they used like effects to make a simple pop song turn into something really outrageously special, you know. And kind of try to adapt that to our own sound, I guess.
If you could choose a period in history where you could reborn, which one would be it?
I think I was born in a good decade, in the 70s.
70s.
But part of me, since, you know, it's only from selfish type of nerdy reasons, because I'm a record collector. So if I was a bit older, say if I was the age I am now, 34 years old, and if I was 34 years old in 1972, I could go out and buy some expensive records for cheap money and go to gigs and see all of my favorite bands. But I'm not unhappy with, you know, being born in the 70s. Obviously the whole 80s metal thing was big for me. So yeah, I wouldn't switch it, you know.
What separates this period from you from today?
Well, today is not much more based on technology and less natural type of emotions, especially when it comes to music. A lot of bands are relying on technology in order to make them come up with anything halfway decent, I think. Which sounds a bit cynical, but that's the way I see it anyways. In those days I can't really say that the music was so much better, but for me I just have a much more of an interest for that type of music, for that era in a way, and that's what I listen to the most. It just felt a bit more real.
Yeah. You said that Watershed lyrics are very personal and therefore aren't in the booklet?
They are in the booklet actually, but they're coded.
Do you feel exposed when you sing them to the public?
I can't say I feel exposed, but I'm wondering if because people are singing along with me, and I wonder if they know the real lyric. But I've never been confronted with people who actually know what I'm singing about, to be honest. So I don't really feel exposed, you know. It's just that I had this idea. I didn't want them to be in the booklet because I didn't want people to ask me questions about them.
Oh yeah, really?
And so far so good. If they ask me, I'll just say I won't answer.
You've got beautiful album covers that go really well with a certain melancholy. Watershed's one is an invitation to a journey. Do you think that, except drawing, another form of art could express better or in a different way your music?
I don't know. You know, it's. I always wanted a sleeve to kind of present the music within, I guess. You know, to kind of go hand in hand. That's how I would visualize the music, so to speak. That's the covers. But I'm not an I'm not an artist myself. You know, I just have a taste, I guess, like anyone else. And that's what I think fits for Opeth. You know, and I've always been very involved in the sleeves when we make the sleeves and stuff. Always, and we've been working with Travis Smith for almost 10 years now, and have a good collaboration with him. But basically, I think as any other band, you try to get a picture that looks like the music.
Your lyrics are very poetical. How do you feel if I tell you that I see you as a poet?
Well, I don't really see myself as one.
Yeah?
You know, for many years I was just throwaway bullshit lyrics that I wrote that didn't really deal with anything of any importance, you know. But I've done a few that means a lot to me, you know. And sometimes I'm happy with the stuff I do, but I would never, you know, like, poets for me are people who are have an urge to write lyrics or text or poems, you know. I don't really have that urge, but I love writing music, so, you know, lyrics in a way is unnecessary even to some extent, but with that said, I always also enjoy when I come up with something I think is good, but I'm not a poet.
Most of artists compose better when their moods are dark. Is it hard for you to write happy, not gloomy lyrics?
I'm always, as far as I remember, always been pretty happy, you know, when I'm writing both lyrics and music.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason, because I write everything. Maybe I put, I don't know, it sounds pretentious, maybe I put like negative emotions into the music and lyrics, you don't know. But since I'm pretty much happy all the time, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Because I have an outlet for negative emotions through music and, I guess, lyrics.
You don't leave people indifferent. The Opeth fan is passionate and devoted, most of the time tattooed. How do you explain this strong bond between you and that your sensibility, therefore unique, touches so many people?
Can't explain it, you know. Why do you like something? It's impossible to say. You just do. Some bands you love, some films you just love, some books just click with you, and it's all personal from person to person. And we've certainly have a pretty big number of fans who have developed some kind of long relationship with this band, which I obviously love. I love that. But you can't talk anyone into like tell them why they should love a band, you know. Either you do or you don't. And that's the great thing about art, you know. It all comes down to your personal kind of taste at the end of the day. Maybe there's a line or a melody line or something that just clicks with you, and it really makes you feel something and means something to your own personal life, even if you're completely disconnected from our life or the way we lead our lives. And, it's just the way people work, I guess, you know. But I'm glad. You know, I think our music is easier to see as a bit more profound as some other metal bands, because of the nature of the lyrics and the music and the art and